Okay, let's see if my mic is on now. Well, the truth sees me. I'm on now. You can see me? Because people are saying no video. I'm asking you to, are you watching the show or do I have to pull up Vaughn Live? Never mind. I guess I have to do it myself.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to take that back. I don't need it. I'm going to go back to having a surge protector.
Okay.
In the future.
I guess I have to check my own stream. And then we'll see. Okay. Hello, MYPD1. And okay, you can see me. Good. Thank you. All right. Good. Thank you, Explorers. Perhaps I do. Pretty as can be. Thank you. All right. So, yeah, that was strange. I knew the power would probably go off. We have a little thunderstorm happening now, which is really interesting. It's fine. Thank you very much. I know, the moon dust in the PC, I encase it in lucite. So then it's good. I understand. Loving a man who cooks is pretty fantastic.
You know what's weird is this is the same time we had a power outage the other day when the computer went down. That same other computer went down. Same time period. 6:30ish.
Oh, right.
They just zapped us or something.
It couldn't be the thunderstorm. They have to be targeting David specifically.
Well, I don't know. The battery backup didn't even work. That's weird.
I know. I'm sorry.
That's really weird. I'm taking it back.
It's supposed to work for 45 minutes. Maybe the power overpowered the backup battery.
No, it has a 450 watt capacity on the computer. It is connected to the monitor, but that's a LED monitor, which is low wattage.
Hi, Earthman. Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense it would go off.
Yeah, we turned on the power switch on the unit. It's like bright. It's a little power button. We turned it on. Hi, Mad Dog. What are you visiting, Allura? Is that what's going on? Yeah. Okay, good. I can even see the little green light on the backup battery system. Yes, we have it plugged in. I possibly could plug in. No, I don't have a plug on my Jetson electric car. Oh, Northern California, it's hot outside. Up here, it's kind of chilly. Hi, Earthman. Did I not say hi to you? I meant to say hi to you, but then David was talking to me, so I might have gotten sidetracked and not said hi to you. Mad Dog's in the hospital. What? Oh, yes, he's having surgery. Hopefully all of his surgery turns out well. We're thinking of you. We're hoping your surgery goes well. Thank you, Mad Dog. Thank you, the Explorers Cousins, for restoring the UHF feed. Whoa. You are behind.
Mad Dog had his operation. He's in recovery right now.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's feeling recovering time.
I know. I would want to have plastic surgery to look like David too, just because he's cool like that.
I'm not Ivanka Trump, so.
Israel finally admits it's been sterilizing Ethiopian Jewish immigrants.
Yeah, that's pretty sad,
without their consent.
Sterilizing immigrants. It's happened in America too. Doctors have sterilized rural black children and young women without their consent. Our government's complicit in this type of behavior too. It's not just the other countries. A nation that's unaccountable for its misdeeds will continue to make mistakes and misdeeds. we never seem to be forcing our leaders to be accountable. And that's the problem.
Okay, moving on. Today is Thursday, right? And since Mad Dog's recovering from surgery, and since it's Thursday, we will talk about medicine. Gastric bypass, right? All right. May the 4th be with you as well, Officer Mo. And tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo. What is a hard structure embedded in the jaws of the mouth? Wait, I already did that one. What are two masses of tissue on either side of the throat that are part of the lymphatic system and help defend the body against harmful microorganisms? The Truth, 1945, is correct. In the mouth? Well, never mind, evil banker. No, I did not dye my hair. This is kind of my natural color, except my hair color is a little bit lighter than the screen. It is tonsils. Gastric bypass is when they go in and it's basically stomach stapling surgery. Oh, do I need desaturated? You mean I need to get, oh, my coloring is off, or I need to drink more water? Oh, that would be dehydrated, not desaturated. I am Sarah, 198. All right, tonsils is correct. Formerly, tonsils were often removed surgically in childhood, but now they are not, unless the tonsils have grown too large or are continually subject to infection. What is an inflammation of the tonsils? Sometimes a result of a bacterial infection. I like being dressed like this. The Truth 1945 is right, so it's 314. Tonsillitis. 314 spelled it correctly. So did misanthropy. Oh yes, they sleeve or belt or band the tummy, making it smaller so you have an easier time losing weight. No, that is not old enough, 242. 18 years old or older. Oh no. Uh, 18-year-olds can be virgins. Yes. All right. What is a large gland in the neck that functions in the endocrine system? It secretes hormones that regulate growth and metabolism. 838 is correct. Misanthropy is correct. Officer Mo is correct. The thyroid. It's a butterfly gland. Butterfly-shaped gland about right there. Thyroid gland. What is a gland located behind the breastbone that functions in the development of the immune system? It is large in infancy and early childhood, but begins to atrophy between ages 8 and 10. How can we keep that going then? Good night, 361. 838 is correct. The thymus gland. If it begins to atrophy, I wonder like how to keep it young. How do you stimulate the thymus gland? Oh, it functions in the development of the immune system. Hey, Baccarat. All right. All right. I know, Jojo. I'm so exciting. What is the development of a blood clot in the circulatory system called? Depending on the location of the clot, the resultant loss of circulation can lead to a stroke or heart attack. 838 is correct. Baccarat is correct. Thrombosis is the answer. Thrombosis. It could be cardiac thrombosis, cerebral thrombosis, or just thrombosis. How can you be good at having a stroke? What is the part of the body between the neck and the diaphragm, also referred to as the chest? (838) is correct again. So is Baccarat. It's a thorax. How can you be a pro at having... Oh, never mind. Oh, small packs of cigarettes and tobacco will be banned completely in the UK? Wow. Yes, there is. Next question. What is a sedative drug that was developed and used in Europe in the 1960s? It was taken off the market when it became evident that it caused severe birth defects in babies born to women who had used the drug during pregnancy. References to this, Baccarat has it correct, and so does 838. Thalidomide. Thalidomide. References to thalidomide are often made when illustrating the dangers of using drugs whose side effects are not well known. And thalidomide, the babies that were born, the birth defects were like born without limbs. Okay, that calls for that. And there was someone else who I needed to get rid of too. Okay. What is the part of the brain that coordinates nerve impulses related to the senses of sight, hearing, touch, and taste? Close enough, Officer Mo. They say the thalamus. 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 Correct, Baccarat. All right. What is an acute and infectious disease caused by the toxins produced by a kind of bacteria that enters the body through cuts or wounds, also called lockjaw? The muscles of the body, particularly the muscles of the jaw, contract in painful spasms. It is deadly, but can be prevented through immunization. 838 is correct. Baccarat is correct. Misanthropy is close enough. Bag End Audio, close enough. Tetanus. 838 and Baccarat have it spelled correctly as well. Yes, I know. Tetanus. Tetanus. Oh, I'm sorry, Bag End Audio. New question. What is a male hormone that governs secondary sex characteristics? It is produced, well, I'll just leave it. Testosterone is correct. It's produced in the testes. Good job, 838. Misanthropy, Buckra, Bag End Audio, Earthman, close enough. I do love on. Okay, but they don't go around hurting people. 242. Wanted to mute you early about your comment. Well, I disagree with that. I'm going to mute you. What is a band of fibrous connective tissue that connects muscles to bone? Baccarat and 838, Nace-Fan and Misanthropy are all correct. Tendons. And Earthman is correct. Let's see the difference between tendons and ligaments. Because it's like a nuance thing. So, ligaments are a kind of fibrous connective tissue that binds bone or cartilage together, whereas tendon connects muscle to bone. So tendon is muscle to bone, ligaments is bone to cartilage or bone to bone. Good to know. All right. What is a test to determine if an individual has been infected with the bacteria that causes tuberculosis? I know, that's probably due to lag 900. I'm sorry. It is called a TB test. Misanthropy had it correct. Baccarat close enough, and 785 had it correct. Although the TB test does not show whether the infection is active or inactive, it's very useful in screening people who may have been exposed to the disease and in locating people who already have the disease. Yeah, you told me that you had TB, and I was wondering, what do you mean? When did you have it? We never really had a conversation about that, Misanthropy. Wait, you told me you had it, and you said now you don't have it, but so now you still test positive for it. 4 years ago? What were the circumstances? Did you, were you in a different country? Were you in America? How did you contract TB? Sure, you can kiss the screen, 630. Welcome back, JoJo. I'm sure it's Sarah 62. Politics for Dummies. Good night, Mad Dog. Sleep well. Get better. We're thinking about you. Oh, you were around homeless people? Oh, man. Good. I'm glad you were sleeping. It's a good idea. Yeah, be careful with the diet. Well, 1998, I'm totally taken by David. What are oval-shaped clusters of cells located on the tongue and lining of the mouth that contain special nerve endings that help give rise to one of the senses? Bag End Audio is right. 838 is right. Officer Mo is right. Deacon is right. No. Don't Worry, Be Happy is right. 758 is right. Yes. Taste buds. Taste buds. What are taste buds? Taste buds are, or are you asking it in the form of the question? I'm 5'11". What is a worm with a long, flat body that can live in the human intestines as a parasite? Infestation with one of these usually occurs as a result of eating raw meat or fish that contains the immature form of the worm. 838, Misanthropy are correct. Baganati is right. Officer Mo, 758, 900. Yes, tapeworm. You think you have a tapeworm? You're super skinny and you always eat a lot? That's one of the signs that you could have a tapeworm. Well, I'm glad that you enjoy your anime. Well, maybe only a doctor can diagnose a tapeworm, I think. Either a tapeworm or other things. They could rip out your stomach, the tapeworms. Oh, that just sounds so horrible. All right, what is one of the sexually transmitted diseases that's caused by a microorganism, and in its initial stage, it's manifested by a skin ulcer called a chancre? If the disease is not treated by penicillin or other antibiotics, the infection becomes chronic. Misanthropy is right. Syphilis. In so-called tertiary syphilis, virtually any tissue in the body can be damaged, including the cardiovascular and nervous systems. The disease, if left untreated, can cause blindness, mental illness, and death. The new health bill cuts. Wow. Yeah, I think some people try to say that. All right. What is a set of signs and symptoms that appear together and characterize a disease or medical condition? A collection of attitudes or behaviors that go together is often called this. 838 is right. A syndrome. What are glands in the skin that secrete things? I was thinking of deacon is right. Sweat glands. Sweat glands. That secretes sweat. What is another word for crib death? The death of sleeping infants less than a year old for unexplained reasons.
Sudden infant death syndrome. SIDS.
SIDS. Yes, Bag and Audio. David is right. Bag and Audio is right. 194 is right. Misanthropy typed it all out. That's amazing. Good job.
Wow.
Nice work.
Sudden infant death syndrome.
Evil Banco is right.
We have a lot of graves in our area from the base, unmarked graves of babies that died from SIDS, a disproportionate number on our island. And you know, they just found out in our area, they found out there was a dioxathon leak in the under the base. It's in the city itself.
Oh, right.
So the water they draw from the mountains is the water we drink. And if we were to drink the groundwater in Oak Harbor, we would all die. It's got dioxin in it.
Yeah.
You know.
Sad. Okay. I guess David wants to come on the show.
No, well, whenever you're ready.
Okay.
I can't believe you left this on there.
What did I?
The monarchy thing.
I didn't even see it.
No, Sarah's so diligent that she's. Yeah. All right.
Okay. No, I do not have kids. All right. Here's David.
The writing is very small too. We can enlarge it.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't drink water out of the groundwater in Oak Harbor, but our water does come from groundwater that's 8 miles away. You know, so underwater aquifers.
Oh, because I didn't mute people like I muted you because you said that somebody should hurt themselves.
Oh, you shouldn't say that to people in chatters.
JoJo's.
Yeah, don't do that. Thank you, Sarah, for helping on this. There's some stew in there if you want it. It's still cooking though. You can kind of let it sit. Yeah, it's done, but it's just done. All right. Yeah, stock pot syndrome. SIDS is popular in the Western Isles too, really? Well, there's burial grounds in our area that are just laden with empty, you know, there's unmarked graves is what I'm saying. From mothers that had to bury their children. I talked to a young woman who was a Navy wife many years ago, and she said she was trying to have a baby with her husband, and she was about 21. And I said, well, do you guys drink tap water? And she said, yeah. I said, well, don't. Even tap water at the base is a little suspicious. Yeah. So they started drinking filtered water, and they got a baby right away. I am one of the luckiest guys in the world, yes, if not America. I just readjusted the lighting so I could, you know, do the show without looking like a zombie, pre-embalmed. Well, I'll tell you, it's this time of year is strange weather is happening. It was nice and really hot today. The sun was out. Looked like it was going to be sunny for a couple more days. And boom, clouds, storm. Here we are again. Hey, Tekwala. You're right. It's a piece of fleck from something. Solid hosting, yeah. Ace fan, yeah. Thanks for sending that Christmas card, Ace fan. You ready for my video? I shared my snapshot story on Twitter. Really, what's going on? Let's see if it can be played over here. Well, paleness is fine. I mean, you're less exposed to the sun, less wear and tear on your body. Let's all think. Hey, you're looking pretty snazzy. That's pretty cool. That's the new look, man. That's pretty good. So he's driving down the road. He's looking at the camera with his big, cool glasses on. Is there audio?
I'm afraid of a hard life, and life is hard. We ain't no fucking shit, don't procreate. If you really knew I sit cursing my government for not using my taxes to fill holes with more cement. I've been told I don't want to get married and have kids because I'm afraid of a hard life, and life is hard. We ain't no fucking shit, don't procreate. If you really knew how the world worked, you'd be a fucking downer about life, and you wouldn't breed. The shit about women, don't even get me fucking started on that. Why even get married to one when they're fucking like, I don't know, 4-to-1 ratio? You see, kids, I'm single because I'm cool. What seems to be common my government for not using my taxes to fill holes with more cement. I've been told I don't want to get married and have kids because I'm afraid of a hard life, and life is hard. We ain't no fucking shit, don't procreate. If you really knew how the world worked, you'd be a fucking downer about life, and you wouldn't breed. The shit about women, don't even get me fucking started on that. Why even get married to one when they're fucking like, I don't know, 4-to-1 ratio? You see, kids, I'm single because I'm cool. What seems to be common and very toxic is how people lie to themselves. Smile. It's been a while, but it's been fun. You guys know I've been quiet, haven't said shit. You guys got questions? Shoot me a snap. I'll get you later.
All right, that was a nice, short and sweet reality check. Thanks for coming, checking in, man. Yeah, you guys can send us a couple-minute videos of your life if you want. You know, we don't mind featuring stuff, talking about what's really happening. And you know, it's a tough time to decide whether you want a child in a world that's so polluted, that with technology of invading our privacy. You know, our lives are so altered because of the pathway our leaders have put us on, that you wonder, do you really want to bring another kid into this world? I mean, it's almost like they're engineering us to not want children by simply destroying the earth. So I feel your pain, man. I do. Trayvon Martin awarded posthumous degree in aeronautical science. That's wonderful. Trayvon Martin died with his Skittles. Yeah. So he was an aeronautical scientist posthumously. Fantastic. The Historical Black College plans to award Trayvon Martin a posthumous degree later in May. The school announced Wednesday they'll present a Bachelor's of Aeronautical Science to Martin's parents, Sabrina Fulton and Tracy Martin. Yep. George Zimmerman shot him in 2012. It pays homage to his memory and to the work his parents do for social justice. Flight education. He had a concentration on flight education, like fleeing from George Zimmerman. He did want to become a pilot to learn how to fly planes, the Tampa Bay Times reported. Well, that's nice. You know, his parents can look back in a positive way. Radiation from Fukushima is getting out of control. Really? Are you worried? Dave, you can't flim-flam the zim-zam. Well, yeah, well, I don't want to get into a rap song here. Yeah, Miss Tekwala and Misanthropy could get along. Tekwala is a daily misanthrope. He really doesn't like humanity. He's bummed out. Basically, Sarah, you have ruled yourself a ban here. You've got banned, Sarah. I know. Who wants a child in such a messed up world? Well, telling parents that they don't want to, they should have kids is not good too. Because if some people are gung ho and they want kids, let them have kids. My goodness. That's why I'm not that worried about people coming into our country, bringing a greater population to our country, assuming we can absorb it, but we can't. That's the problem. So we need something that will work, like fast track naturalization, where people go to their home country for their immigration, and they can pay a set fee, and they don't have to have a green card for 5 years. Cinco años. The green card is very hard. I've talked to some people that just can't seem to. Yeah. Anyway, multiple dead after an SUV speeds through a crowded auto auction. When are we going to stop having people in gatherings without large concrete barriers for cars? Well, let's be clear. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is going to be another call from Tikwala. Are you have something important to say, man?
Oh yeah, I'm well and I'm sane, and I hope you guys liked the video. I know you did.
I like your new look, man.
I look a little different.
Yeah, you don't look like a 15-year-old lesbian, which is nice.
Thanks to the army, you know.
Yeah, so I think the picture you took with the Masons, you've kind of changed. You've got a kind of a severe look. I would say you look like could be a gangster or something. Maybe even whoop, we lost him. You might want to get a job working for acting. He could be an actor, don't you think? He has kind of an actor, is an Al Pacino kind of face. Yeah, you're on. Yeah, you're kind of an Al Pacino kind of look, man.
You got me up there. No, what? I don't know how much you guys heard. What was the last thing that I said before we got cut?
We didn't hear much at all from you. Look at this.
Really? Okay. So I said, hey, I'm glad you like my current style. After 8.5 years of haircuts forced by the government, you kind of sort of get sick of going to get a haircut every 2 weeks to keep it in check for every month. You know what I mean? And it's been working for me. I really like it, and I'm corporate, and I'm doing my thing, and I'm still being truthful. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed since last year when I first joined corporate after post-military life. But the best question of the night was, where is all of my misanthropy? How is it all working with my Masonic ties? Because, the thing is, being a Freemason, we respect humanity, and we do. And we do. However, as a free man, as a Freemason, just as you, David, you are a free man. Sarah is a free woman. We are all free creatures of this great earth, or at least we think it's a great earth. And we have our own opinions.
Yeah, we do.
So that's where you guys that want to knock Freemasons and say, well, you guys are all structured. No. We have all, we don't see color. We don't see your religion. We don't worship Satan. So we don't see religion. So stop tying the Illuminati with us.
Oh no. We're not tying the Illuminati with you, man. It's just a hierarchy. I'm not attacking the pyramid at the base. I'm attacking the pyramid at the top. You're part of a hierarchy. Okay, you yourself have known nothing about this. So I don't want to in any way mean that you have any knowledge of what they're planning to do at the top of the pyramid. But
look, man. Look, guys. Look, I've gotten the whole I've gotten the jive in the chat. It's like, why is this guy saying this stuff? And if this guy is really real, why would he be even saying it? It's like, we have the right to say stuff. However, if you're not a member, you don't know what goes on with what we do, and it's very simple. And it's not sacrificing children and having pizza.
I'm not talking about your face. Look at man. You keep. I realize you're an underling in the Masons. I got that. Don't worry about it.
Why you gotta upload a nasty screenshot like that of me? Oh, hey, bad. Hey, David.
Hey, you're the guy that sent the pictures. Okay.
Man, you deserve a knuckle sandwich.
All right. We're gonna sign off for now, but thanks for sharing your input about your low level Masonic ties. I appreciate that. Well, yeah, that's what it is, man. I mean, you're not a 33rd degree Mason, so if we had one of those on the phone, we'd have a different story, right? Very. I gotta go. I got a show to do. I got a show to do. I'm sorry. Okay, we got numerous things going on here. Trump goes soft on Saudi. He used to trash the kingdom, and now the president's making it his first foreign stop. He's gonna maybe kiss the King Abdullah's ring finger like Barack Obama did. And we saw one hell of a crash, an auto park situation, multiple crowd dead. This just came in. Very serious. Multiple dead after a car race. A car speeds through a crowded auto auction out in Massachusetts. This is the end result right there. Look at that. Yeah, no offense, man, but we don't really have a show to talk about Masons tonight. That's just terrible. 3 dead. 2 women and a man were killed. Man, unreal. I just don't understand why they even have gatherings of people without concrete bunkers all the way around. I think we're making a mistake. Also, I'd like to see every school in America with a security guard, if it's a janitor trained in auto and using a weapon to defend the kids. Trump Tower in Saudi Arabia, exactly. They're working a deal. Sure, I'll give you a few words to close up on. David, yeah, do your research. Don't hang up leaving me looking like a dippy.
David,
yeah, go ahead.
33rd is an honorary degree. There are people that have this degree been given us by us this degree that they have no entrance to our lodges. Okay.
This game my father taught me.
Okay, let's talk the Mason shit for Conspiracy Monday. We could talk about it.
Okay, hold on. We got another call. Hang on. Hang on. We got another call. Hang on.
Call from
Don Larson for Dave Sponheim.
I'm not going to take that call, Rodney. Okay, back to you. I'd rather listen to you than Rodney.
We're almost in for a freaking. I want to say fucking, and I just did, but we're almost in for a third world war. We really are, and they want to use North Korea as the drop.
Yeah.
And it sucks, dude.
I do. I agree.
It sucks. Silver has plummeted. Gold has plummeted. Bitcoin is at $1,600 now. Okay, so
money grab. Money grab.
I mean, what is going on? And we want to have kids? Yes, let's all have kids. That's why I sent you the video.
Thank you. Now that I want to talk about. Thank you. Yeah.
And it's not about my Masonic.
No, thank you. I know. It always ends up talking about your Masonic ties, though, man.
Yeah,
That's California family booted from Delta Airlines flight after refusing to give up a son's seat. So they're kicking the Dr. Deng or whatever his name is he got a lawsuit, his settlement. He's going to actually, Dr. Dow is going to get money back from United Airlines, but this family could sue. Family booted from Delta Airlines over a 2-year-old seat. Delta Airlines apologized Thursday after a husband and wife from California claimed they were kicked off a flight last month with 2 of their children once they refused to give up a seat they bought for another child. Wow.
David, man, why do you think that we have so many headlines going on with the airlines, with Dr. Dow, and then we got that woman with the baby, and now we got this foolishness? Do you think
diversion?
That it's another clamp?
It's a diversion
Brother
tactic.
Clam,
Yeah.
tighten it up again and more and more.
Hey there, buddy. Yeah, let me talk like I was Rodney, and I could just say, hey man, grow some balls, grow some sack,
Brother.
grow some sack, man. You're not standing behind your president. Yeah, that's your problem. Living large, Dave.
You know, we don't need to take your call, Rodney. We know that's what you have, or you've got the, hi, Sarah. How are you?
Dave, if
Yeah.
Tech Walla was a real Freemason, he wouldn't be out here talking like this, all right, brother?
And a lot of people don't believe that you really are a real Freemason. They think that you're kind of, because you talk so much, and you're not allowed to talk. Did you talk to your
It's
Masonic
crazy, man. You know,
group
I
about
gotta
that?
tell you guys, man. If you guys, we're gonna let's save this for Monday, man. Let's save this
All
for
right,
Monday.
great.
But like posing as a Freemason is not a healthy. It's not a healthy act. It's like saying you're Jewish and you're not, when you're tied to Jesus Christ and you're not, which is clearly not a healthy act.
Jessica knows about that.
As
Jessica,
we're
yeah.
exhibiting as an Ashkenazi throughout today's current events in the last, 100 years.
Okay,
And
well there you go.
so-
Are you you're a smoker, aren't you? You know that they're going to change cigarette laws to 10 packs, 10 no more 10 packs. You won't be able to buy 10 packs anymore. You know that?
I quite frankly don't really give a shit because I want to cut myself down so
Okay.
I can gain more of my mass back.
Paranoid.
My
back,
face
yeah.
looks skinnier because the thing is that I never gained my way back from my injuries last year.
You look marvelous. You look marvelous. You should talk to Billy Crystal, and he'd say you look marvelous.
But I don't like it because the thing is that I like wearing my fit suit that I have right now with a 36 size waist.
Oh, okay.
While being 220 pounds, Dave. Dave, I've met you when I was
Hold on. I got another call. Hang on.
Don Larson for Game Sponheim.
Jeez.
To accept, press 1. Send a voicemail.
Oh, I guess persistence gets you at least a call. What do you want to talk about, Rodney?
Hey, Dave, I just wanted to say hello to you and Sarah. It's been too long. I wish you all very well. I hope
Yeah.
everything's going great for you. I hope you have a great spring.
Great.
Hope the swim spa's doing well.
It is doing really good,
Living
man.
large.
Yeah, living large, man. Hey, aren't you all?
I just needed.
Gold's at 1228, man. Are you invested in gold, Rodney? Are you a big gold guy?
No, actually, I'm all boned up about silver, Dave.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you really bumped up into silver. Yeah, it's really tanking now, 1632. I've got it right here in front of me.
Right.
Dow Jones at 90 or 2951. It's like not moving at all. Wow.
Right. Well, just
Yeah.
stay tuned, Dave. That's my advice to you, brother.
All right, we're staying tuned. We're watching the apocalypse unfold with Rodney calling in now. Can I go back to
Hey,
tech?
Dave, it was good. It was good talking to you, man. I just got to tell you, you have a great show. Don't waste it with lame callers like that homo on the other line. Take care.
Yeah, later, bye.
Famous for the last word. Hey, Techwalla, you're on again. We got rid of Rodney.
Yeah. Shout out to the real faggot. Yeah, you know you're jealous, dude. You know you're jealous because we got pullover motherfuckers like you. That's it.
Yeah, man.
A little war of words going on between Rodney and
I'll leave
Tech.
it there, man.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Dave,
Hey,
and then
man.
call back.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Again, it's lame.
It is, man.
Lame. It's getting old, man.
Yeah,
Let's
the
talk
whole
about
thing.
real stuff, dude. Let's talk about real stuff.
Yeah, like people not wanting to have kids because the world's so screwed up. Yeah, that is real stuff, really, when you think about it.
There are a lot of careful people. It's not just the whole sexuality has been basically ruined because the trust is gone.
Oh, yeah.
But aside of that, people ideologically are thinking like, oh my God, like, do I really want to put a child into this world after they've lived rough 80s or rough 90s due to financial stressors
Yeah.
and family bouts over money that basically have been over money that seemed over other stuff, but it was primarily financial issues, and it's crazy. It is really, really crazy. Shout out to Rodney. You failed, brother.
Okay, I got a call here. Hang on. Yeah, go ahead.
Call from.
Foreskin.
To accept, press 1. Send a voicemail. Oops, your caller just hung up.
No.
2 to call.
foreskin dropped off. Couldn't handle the call. Getting a little too serious. Yeah, Tech Wallace. Sorry to cut you off there.
Nah, man. I mean, when you get somebody legitimate talking to you on the air, somebody who's actually got pull and it's got connections on the inside and is telling it like it is,
Oh, you
people
do?
get scared.
Oh, really?
And you know what? When the COINTEL Pro gets a flag like that, and they see a person like me supporting a person like you, Dave.
Yeah, that might be something.
They don't like it, dude. They don't like it, Dave. You and I now have been in contact since, holy shit, it's gonna be 9 years, dude.
Oh, really? Are you serious? Yeah. Wow, that's
dude.
amazing.
It's gonna be 9 years. 2008 is when I first saw your show, and 2009, that early winter, January, February, was when I actually typed into your chat show.
Amazing.
So that's crazy.
Yeah, it's been a long amount of time. Yeah, time doesn't really go by for me though. Like you still look like a 15-year-old lesbian according to some people, but you have a youthful look.
Well, you know what? People get mad, dude. But then again, that's why I'm 32 years old, and I'm banging hot 39-year-old women. I'm seducing 25-year-old women.
You're cheating on the 39-year-old now? Wait a second. Wait a second.
That you don't even want to
Wait a second. Hold on. You're cheating on the 39-year-old now? Is that what you're doing?
No, I got. Well, which one?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, you're playing the field. I mean, why don't you just seriously focus on one woman? Really, you're not going to have a stable relationship if you keep playing the field, man.
Well, it's not about. It's
not
not
like
about
Trump.
Having a relationship, David. The people.
Oh, it's not.
The people, women. When it comes to the opposite sex that I have relations with, it's a mutual understanding, and we talk about the world.
So you just get together and screw, in other words.
However, we do have rules.
Oh.
We have rules. And,
no tongue or something?
It just somehow is like, I can't call you my girlfriend, and she can't call me her boyfriend.
Okay.
And that's it. And that's it.
That's fair.
Let
me play this stinger here. Hang on.
This is Virtual Interactive Chat with David Sponheim.
Hold on.
And if my feelings start to pressure you, it's alright.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I will give you
time. Need to settle down, then no, I guess.
This is your chance to speak out and make a difference.
Gonna make you feel good. Gonna make you feel good. Gonna make you mine.
Are you a Freemason?
So he told one of his girlfriends he's a Freemason. Get that, folks. Yeah.
Yeah, they when they find out that I'm a Freemason, they say, like, how the hell are you a Freemason being so negative? It's like, hey, it's not about being negative in life. It's like, I'm just being truthful. I'm being real. I'm telling you that this world is fucked up, and we're living in a very rough time. And they agree.
Yeah, hard to get.
You know what?
Yeah.
It sucks. I'm sorry to the guys trolling the chat that whack off multiple times a day, if not once a day, maybe in the morning to get it pumping and get the morning started, other than a cup of coffee.
Okay, I hate to cut you off here, but we got a serious threat going on. The heroin addiction, as you know, is out of control, and the technologies to fix this are not in place. There's a combination opioid combo called the Gray Death. It's latest mixing trend. People say these people mix opioids and they die. Okay.
David, they are killing our kids, and they're giving them an adverse to the narcotics that they issue. And I'm talking about the Norco, aka the Vicodin, the hydrocodone, the alprazolams, the Xanaxes. They give them a Kickstarter, and especially here in the suburbs of Chicago, what's happening is that they're getting a bad batch of heroin that's being poisoned, and it's all coming from Afghanistan.
Wow.
It's disgusting.
Yep.
It's not new news. You
Okay.
know about this. You've talked about this. You've
I'm
talked
talking about it,
this
yeah.
for a couple of years.
Yeah.
We've both talked about this. We haven't talked about it on my air.
No.
Well, we've talked about it on yours because you know what? At that time, I could have not spoken about this matter.
Okay.
That our guys are protecting poppy fields. Why are we protecting poppy?
Nigger!
For what reason? Is the poppy really that healthy for us? But yet, if you eat a poppy bagel, I mean, let's just say.
False positive for heroin? False positive for heroin.
Yes, heroin.
Heroin.
If you are on a
Poppy
seed
bagels.
regimen of like you eat poppy seed bagel. Let's just say you're a poppy seed freak. You eat a croissant.
Poppy
you eat
seeds,
a bagel, you eat a bun.
You could have a false reading for heroin. Yeah.
Whatever.
Hold on.
Call from
Don Larson for Dave Sponheim.
Oh, that sounds important.
accept. Press 1 to sit.
Hey, Don Larson, how are you?
How are you, man? How's it going?
Thank you for your input. Okay, Tech Walla, we just heard from Rodney. He said that you are boring the crap out of people talking about poppies.
Yeah, whatever, dude. I'm telling the truth, and Rodney's mad, dude, because you know
The
what?
truth
That's
about
what
poppy
happens
bagels?
when a G steps forward,
Okay.
and he knows what the G
We're not accomplishing a lot tonight. Our theme is technology. We got RFID chips they want to stick in people's heads, and they've got all kinds of things.
Drugs are technology too, David. And you know what? Our kids are being poisoned. Our suburban kids, the rich kids,
You're right. They're
are
being poisoned.
Poisoned by that. You know, the inner city kids are being poisoned by that extract through alprazolam.
Okay. Let me talk on this now. I'm going to close it down. Thank you. Okay, we got a situation. Bag End Audio says, David, the opiate epidemic is so out of control that my state changed the laws. You now have to physically take. Could everyone stop chatting here for a second? Take the script to the pharmacy to get it filled, and they only write it you more are missing a leg, and they limit to Vicodin. So in other words, you have to be missing a leg in order to get pain medication. They won't even give it to anybody with a bruised whatever. Okay, thank you. Back to you.
No. The thing is that most states that hand out the most of these narcotics is that you have to pass a piss test, and a lot of crooked doctors.
Yeah.
They don't even piss test you. They'll just take your word. It's like, do you do any drugs? No. Check. Okay, I'm gonna give you Xanax. I'm gonna tell you that I've been through this game. And it is so funny. It is so funny. Unless you really, really need it, and they know when you need it. Because they know the psychology. And you know their psychology.
Okay.
But it's so disgusting. However, we don't need Xanax. Xanax is horrible.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, Xanax is bad. I'm going to video now. Yeah, I know. We're done talking. Well, I mean, I'm watching another video now, so we can go on about Xanax being bad, but I think we got I'll move here. I got a lot of things to talk about here. They are trying to put people on. They're trying to put people on big pharma, getting us ready for the RFID chipping. They don't want you on weed. That's right. You won't take the RFID chip. They want you pharmaceutical zombies so that they'll take the chip. I got you, man. This is good. Now we're talking. Now you're onto something here.
But that's, I know I stretch stuff, but like I get into subject matters because, I drift. I know.
Okay, we're drifting with big pharma discussions and big chips.
I'm live or not.
You're live. You're live.
Just tell the chat that they don't want you being on weed. They don't want you being on weed. They would love for you to drink. They would love for you to go to the doctor's office, harden yourself, all that
yeah, you were a big weed smoker. Yeah, you were a big weed
almost been
smoker.
running loose for it.
Wow.
And you know what?
What?
And you know what? It hasn't done shit for me. Hasn't done shit for me. What is it, Jack? They got my phone to one of those boxes where it's like, trying to see, like, what message do I have to make? I
We got another call. Hang on. Hold on to your life quest. Hold on. Go ahead.
John Larson, I need Sponheim.
We have another important call from John Larson. Hold on. Okay, John Larson, go ahead. What's your question, John?
Hey, Dave.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Brought up something interesting here. This guy on the other line is clearly like mentally ill and like has a drug problem. When
Well-
you are elected president, what are you going to do to like, you know, try and put a stopgap?
Yeah, good point. Well, one of the things is we have the methadone program. Luckily, Tekwala is not into methadone. We're going to take his call now. Thank you for that, Rodney. Tekwala, you've never tried any hard drugs, right? But you tried some cocaine in your life. You want to go public with that? Oh, we lost Tekwala. Okay. He got tired of being hang up on. Well, that was one way to end the call with Tekwala. You know, he has a desire to be heard, and he's watching right now, which is understandable. Who doesn't, you know?
That is it. I have had enough of SpongeBob crashing the boat and sending me to the hospital.
Well, Miss
Today
Puff.
I am going to do it. Today I am going to kill SpongeBob.
Okay, Miss Puff is going to kill SpongeBob. This is what kids like today. Now you're a 29-year-old manlet who's calling yourself an adult. So it's time to grow up, okay? You're barely growing hair under your arms. Your testosterone levels are dropping. You need to wake up. They're about ready to chip you. Let's see if this is Tekwala. Okay, sorry we lost you there.
Hey, sorry, yeah, that was my bad, dude. It was a connection issue.
No problem.
I got the last question, and just as I was about to answer, like, have you ever done any hard drugs, cocaine, or anything like that?
Yeah.
Have I ever dropped acid? No.
Never.
Have I ever taken ecstasy? Being involved, especially in the music industry, electronic dance music, EDM, my label.
So the answer is yes?
Live on Spotify. No, I have not.
Oh,
done
really?
It. Never.
Okay. Never done ecstasy. Wow.
Never. I'm afraid to get a dent in my brain after
Good
that
for you.
one drop.
I don't blame you, man.
Number 3. What else is left? We got heroin.
Okay.
Never injected anything into
Good.
my vein.
I'm glad. Okay, I gotta interrupt this call. Okay, hold on.
And
Gotta interrupt the call now. Hold on. Okay, we're going to take a look here at this story that just came in on Cher. I do know, I've met Cher before. She's a wonderful person. She has no money to treat her asthma after House Obamacare repeal. Check this out. The music star, the diva, Cher Tekwala, doesn't have any money to pay for her asthma treatments.
I'm not buying it, man. I'm not buying it.
Oh, really?
And no, and only liberal fucking idiots will buy this shit.
Okay, well, you don't think her stint in Vegas lasted? It stopped, you know. She doesn't do her Vegas routine anymore.
That's her fault, because the thing is that she cock blocks the whole crowd, and that's Pablo Francisco, the great comedian who fell off, said, have you ever been to a Cher concert? And he says, how many women been hurt by a man? And then he hears, she cock-blocked the whole crowd. That's it.
You're saying that Cher's a dude? What?
No, I'm just saying that Cher's a manipulatist.
Well, she's not giving her daughter Chaz any money for his penis to be installed in his body.
Why are we talking about my penis when I've been just asked about hard drugs?
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about Chaz. The penis.
Let's talk about real stuff. I don't know if somebody from the G is...
The call is over. Okay, we're going to drop the call. You know, you're basically hijacking my show, dude. And that's not cool.
Oh, I'm not. I've been asked questions, David.
No, you really are. You're hijacking my show. It's
Have
not
I done
cool.
cocaine, David?
I don't do cocaine.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Thanks for sharing
right.
your drug problems. Now your discussion and Rodney's discussion are over. I'm going to take Rodney's
So
call.
listen.
Go ahead.
Call from.
Okay.
Accept. Press 1.
You got to say who you're calling.
But cocaine is like
This is interesting.
bad. Really, really
Bad.
bad.
Yeah, cocaine can
So
really
good
destroy your life.
that
Yeah.
it's bad.
I've met people that make $150,000 a year and have no money because they're on cocaine. And they're living in their Lexus, you know. Apparently they can fake anyone's voice now. Wow.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I know. They've got a way to, it's called Lyrebird, and it's founded by 3 PhD students from the University of Montreal. It's developed a speech synthesis solution that it's capable of copying someone's voice with a given emotion. So when we had that alleged sound of John Podesta saying, "You think you're hot shit, don't you?" Then apparently this could do that perfectly and sound identical to the alleged sound of John Podesta. "You think you're hot shit, don't you?"
Cut out when you said that. My phone just cut out every single time you did a good impression of Podesta again of that.
Cut out.
You hot shit, don't ya?
It's called a voice. It's called a blocking. We got another call here. Let's hope it's.
Are you getting it? Are you getting it, dude?
I'm not getting it. All right, this is a nonstop conversation call tonight. Obviously, I didn't expect this, but do you have anything else you want to talk about that'll help clarify things?
Monday, man. Let's do Conspiracy Monday.
No, this is Technology Thursday. Okay.
We'll do everything, man.
Coming up on Monday. Oh, goody. Okay. I can't wait. We'll have this again on Monday. Great. Okay. Wow.
Good night, everybody.
Okay. Good night.
Have a safe weekend, man.
You too.
Don't fucking drink and drive. Smoke and chill.
All right, man.
Don't fucking touch the white stuff and the pills.
Be careful. You too. Get some rest. I hope you're doing better. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Good. Take care.
Living large.
We'll take that call.
Accept. Press.
Okay, we got a new person on here. Who is this, and what do you want to talk about?
I'm gonna be brief, dude.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Thanks.
What is it, man?
I mean, how dare you say that I make a mockery of your show after you let that phone call go on, man?
Yeah, I hear you, buddy. You know, I'm taking calls from you right now because I want to measure the depth of your voice and, you know, make sure it's pretty low.
That's cool.
All right.
And hey, by the way, that technology you were just discussing about the voice, you know.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So to speak.
Yeah.
It's old.
It's old.
Since the early 80s.
I know.
Look up Ronald Reagan's voice being recreated to tell the Pentagon that we're about to bomb Russia.
Well, I'm sure that it was used at that time, too. I heard that these types of...
Were you behind that, Dave? Were you involved?
I don't have any knowledge of the program that they were using to imitate Ronald Reagan. There's no way in the world that Don Regan never gave me any info on the Iran-Contra affair at all.
Well, that is pretty cool, Rodney. You're a guy who's a cutting-edge guy with voices, and if anybody knows about this, you do. So this stuff has been around since the 80s, everybody.
No, but Dave, on a serious note, I love your show. I love the party so much. I'm not going to hijack this program any further. Techwalla really put you in the gutter.
I hear you, man.
Digging, brother.
We're digging it out right now. We're working our way out. Okay, let's take a look at Chernobyl.
I love you, Dave. Godspeed.
You too, buddy. Later. Bye-bye.
Okay, that was the Rodster. That's not funny. A nuclear explosion after Chernobyl, after the nuclear explosion. I mean, making jokes about Chernobyl. This is what this is degraded to. David, how do you make it through the call, dude? The Techwalla sounds like a Long Island. Vinny drives an IROC Z Camaro, wears tracksuit with a wife beater shirt, wears gaudy yellow gold herringbone chain with Italian horn pendant. I don't know, man. We met him in person. That's how we made it to the call.
Yeah, I hear you, buddy. Rodney knew exactly when to hang up. One thing about Rodney is he knows his limitations.
He has his little 1 bits that we should probably let him talk and you know, get his 2 bits in, especially on the issues of foreign involvement. Rodney's pretty knowledgeable about foreign affairs, you know. He's definitely more knowledgeable about our situation in the Middle East than Donald Trump. So I'd rather talk to Rodney than Trump.
Yeah, but I mean, Tequala's got a whole series of issues that are going on in everybody's life. I mean, everybody now is in this category of having to get their act together in life and decide what you want. Do you want a full-time wife? Do you want girlfriends? Do you want kids? I mean, these are tough questions we're all facing right now. And I don't think technology is doing a job like it should be cleaning up the environment. I think we could do a lot better. I think we're sitting on tremendous potential with solar, and we're just wasting our time because we give it to money. We give the money to venture capitalists who don't know what they're doing with it. Solyndra was one example. We lost $530 million to Solyndra. Our government just threw it away and didn't get anything in return, really. We've got to stop that. Giving money to venture capitalists is a mistake. We've got a money siphoning going on all over the place. And now this new bill, the healthcare bill that the House has passed, it may not make it through the Senate. This is all pork barrel spending. It's the same old that they've been doing year after year, and they're not really changing the cost of anything. They won't even let the Congressional Budget Office take a look at it before they ratified it. They were so much in haste to ratify this, the House was, that they refused to give it to the CBO for analysis. The Congressional Budget Office did the analysis on Obamacare originally and told us it was going to be very expensive. The Republicans don't even want that scrutiny. They just want to ramrod things through like a bunch of Nazis. Okay, let's see who this is. Okay, let's see if this is a...
Press 1.
Okay, we got a call from somebody. Who's the caller? Hello?
Okay, so, David.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go up. Go on.
Okay, me and my friends have been long-time fans of your show.
Okay, cool.
Love it. You have great ideas for this country. I just want you to ask me about those Ashkenazis.
What do you want to know about Ashkenazis?
Like, how can I know who's an Ashkenazi? Is Trump an Ashkenazi?
Trump and his cadre of Ashkenazis are basically people that like money. That's how you know. You know them by their deeds, and they like to get more money and make more money. They're not about helping you. They're about helping themselves. Yeah, these Nazis. Yeah.
Okay, so they're like average Jews?
No, not at all. In fact, Jewish people are being given a bad name because these people, which define themselves as Jewish people, are absolutely not related to Abraham. So we're seeing, yeah. So don't judge Jewish people by the work of these greedy Nazis. Okay. It turned out the Nazis were the greediest of all of these people, and that's why they killed each other and Jewish people. And in Germany, and the poor loss of all those lives, if you would believe it or not, led to the formation of Israel. But we don't want Israel to take over the world. So we want to put the stops here. The brakes go on now. They can't control our country under my administration. I won't take AIPAC money. The American Political Action, American-Israeli Political Action Committee. I won't take their money. Right? Not all Zionists are Jewish. That's right. On behalf of Jews everywhere, thanks for being a friend. Muffle and Bowitz, thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, that's good.
All right, thank you.
I have another question.
What is it?
Where can I buy your book?
Yeah, well, you can go to our site and you click on the store button, and it sits right there in front of you. It's 99 cents for a download and $14.99 for a paperback.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cool.
Now, what is your book about?
It's about America making money back from running like a business, which is kind of what Donald wants to do without calling it hybrid capitalism, because he knew there'd be probably a lawsuit there. But Donald wants to get the government to run like a business. He really does, but unfortunately, he's unable to run any of his businesses like a business. He just takes out loans. And the problem with the government is exactly the problem with Donald Trump. The government takes out loans to operate. It doesn't operate on a pay-as-you-go basis. And this new healthcare bill is an example of that. We don't have the funding to put a $1.2 trillion budget together either for this coming up fiscal year for just 3 months. It's ridiculous. But hey, good questions though. Thank you. The book itself is definitely a simple plan, but its simplicity is what works. Complicated doesn't work.
Yeah, I have to agree. Okay, so I've heard you say a lot on your show that Trump's only good ideas he stole from you.
Yeah.
Is this true?
Well, yeah, practically everything he does, even his recent attempt to get a conversation going with Kim Jong Un, was him watching our show. I've been saying all along that he needs to open up a dialogue with Kim Jong Un. He now that's his big idea. You know, he just constantly takes our ideas and uses them. So if he does follow my lead here, I think we will at least move forward as a Techwalla says, drop this idiot. No, Techwalla, we've got equal opportunity call-ins here. You know, not everyone can talk about one thing all the time. But yeah, I think if we make sure that Trump stays close to my architecture, what I wanted to do in 2008, he might pull it together, at least clear the way for me in 2020 to actually implement my plan. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to do it. He just kind of he's running a day late and spending too much money doing it. All right, cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so yesterday while Sarah was on and you left,
Yeah.
this guy told the truth 1945.
Yeah.
Was talking about how like the Holocaust is fake. Is just how like just so the Jews can make Israel. I'm like, that sounds dumb to me, but I want to see your opinion on it.
I don't believe anything was faked about the Holocaust. I believe it was real, and these people that deny it are claiming that the real film taken is not real, and they can paint it any way they want. They claim that the people that were there in the concentration camps were essentially just dying on their own. I mean, no, they were put in a concentration camp, starved, and then they died of cholera and all kinds of things. But yeah, they were also gassed. And they deny that people were gassed because they couldn't find any rubber gaskets on any of the concentration camp gas chambers. Now, rubber gaskets deteriorate after 40, 50, 60 years, so it's not surprising that a gasket doesn't exist. Even if there wasn't a gasket, they can still gas people. So the whole theory that people talk about is ridiculous. And plus, we have to move forward. Israel is a very strong nation, but we don't need to do their bidding worldwide. That's the difference here. I'm not a Zionist like Donald Trump, and we'll be doing what is good for America, not what's good for Israel per se. But if Israel were to be attacked or provoked, I would still give them air support, but I wouldn't send troops. I would not do a ground invasion or take over Syria on behalf of Israel. It's not going to happen. That's no way to keep things stable in the Middle East. Okay, Rodney's mad that you're a Freemason, Techwalla. Yeah, I know. He's very mad. There's either a connection or a strong breach of oath. Yeah, okay.
This is my last question.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, what is your opinion on the case? Personally, I hate him. What's your opinion?
On the case? My opinion about what?
No, the homosexuals.
What is my opinion about homosexuals? Well, people are protected under anti-discrimination law right now. We don't need to make special laws for them. I don't see any reason to pander to transgender bathrooms. That's a big mistake.
What?
That's what I'm saying. They are.
Okay, I got you.
Okay. But I mean, if you want to be gay, if somebody wants to be gay, I'm not going to stop them. This isn't Russia. All right. All right, cool. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it. Good call. You know, and he had questions lined up. Very, very cool. You're claiming that Rodney's upset that you're Freemason and that somehow either there's a connection or a strong breach of oath here. Yeah. Maybe Rodney's a Freemason he himself and is trying to reel you in because loose lips sink ships, according to the Masons. Copy the voice of anyone, Lyrebird. This is it. This is the technology we're talking about. It's kind of trendy stuff.
Hey, Tom, have you heard about this new technology? Are you speaking about this new algorithm to copy voices? Yes, it is developed by a startup called Lyrebird. This is huge. They can make us say anything now, really anything. The good news is that they will offer the technology to anyone. This is huge.
How does their technology work?
Hey guys, I think that they use deep learning and artificial neural networks.
Hillary is right, and I can tell you that their team is great.
I wish them good luck. I'm sure they will do a good job.
That's pretty good. Very, very interesting. Wow. That was a pretty good impersonation of Manny, Mo, and Jack. I'd never really heard their voices until now. Or is that the Pep Boys? Yeah. I've never danced on someone's grave. I've walked in cemeteries before, but dancing on a grave is not something that makes sense, okay? You'd have to be pretty messed up to go dancing on graves. Dave, did you know that Cookie Lipschitz is indeed a real person? She's a cyborg. You know, I had no idea. Well, I'm sure you guys have some fantasies about graveyards since you're going there someday. But why don't you wait till then to really work out your issues? Sessions is going to bring charges against Pink Code for interrupting his confirmation ceremony and laughing. You heard about this, right?
Senator Jeff Sessions. Jeff
Sessions is trying to prosecute these people that simply laughed at him. Can you believe this guy who perjured himself twice in front of Frank? Al Franken?
Senator Jeff Sessions, and to offer my support for his nomination to be our next Attorney General. Jeff Sessions.
Well, there you go. And that's going to be the big crime the woman committed. And he's faced 10 years for holding up a sign and laughing. This is ridiculous. Al Franken doesn't seem to have any power. He can't even prosecute Sessions for perjury. Okay, Bagandati has donated his body to Johns Hopkins School of Medicine. I hope tell your parents that the body will be returned in a baggie, and they'll still have to bury you. It's no way to get your burial for free. David, do you not question that after you and I make a close live connection, you get a plethora of BS? I do. They are epping with you, or in the end, they are aware of who they are epping with. Okay, Techwalla, thank you. Point well noted. Dave, you look alive. You have 2 hours left. I don't think I could be any more alive. Stuart Smalley is a senator. I know. The world's getting so weird. Very sad.
Different.
This is Tony Bomboni. He's having some sadness. Let's see what's going on in his life.
Ways that people have been earning their revenue streams, and there are a lot of downfalls and spirals in the way money is made nowadays on the platform. So
apparently he's a YouTube star that's getting reduced commissions or something. I guess I'll bring that into the show later. I mean, it's worth looking at. Why not? Well, let's be clear. I would say that if okay. I don't know. He sounds like a girl guy. Largest animal I've killed is a fish. Yeah. I killed a big 20-inch fish one time, bass. Had to bash its head over with a rock. It was flapping all over the lake. Your funeral's going to cost $0 after they dissect you? No. Actually, no. Your remains cost $500 to be cremated, Bagandati. Look it up. Even if you're John Doe, it's still $500. All right? Just because you're giving your body the size don't mean you're going to pay for your funeral, okay? Cremation or not, you still got to go somewhere. And somebody's got to heat up the jets. And apparently it's like a 5-hour burn or something at 4,000 degrees. I don't know. All right. We got a call from somebody who doesn't have a voice. Yeah, go ahead. What's up?
Serious question for you.
Yeah, what's up, buddy? Yeah. Lay it on me, man.
All right, I have a list of shit, because we've been incognito for a while.
Oh, yeah. Well, starting with whatever you want. You go ahead, man.
My question is this, and just take it easy, all right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hear me out.
All right.
It's been made clear that Trump is not a fan of yours, correct?
I don't know. I've never heard Trump ever speak about me. I have no knowledge of him speaking
I've heard
about me.
some terrible things, like, he's not a fan of you. He techniques like looking to silence you, you're on a list, blah, 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 blah. So here's what I want to know.
Wow, that's a threat.
If for some
Yeah,
reason,
never heard that.
if for some reason something were to happen to you,
We don't take these calls, Rodney. You know, this is ridiculous. You're going off the deep end. Yeah. Yeah, they don't have the balls, the kahunas to come near me or hurt me. I never bailed anybody out for $500. That's not true. But this is why we don't take your calls anymore, man. No, it's not a serious question. No, we don't take calls about my demise. And it was a veiled threat. Yeah, that was a Rodney veiled threat. I've never heard Trump threaten me. Look, I'm going to ask you to send. No, I'm not going to take your call. I'm going to ask you to send the veiled threat that you have, a copy of it, to my website or my email, americasthirdparty@gmail.com, Rodney. Send me that veiled threat. Show me the source of the email and the statement that Trump wants to get rid of me, and I'm going to take it to my attorney. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you want to go ahead and respond to that?
Oh, Jesus! Why is this going on?
Well, they want to threaten me. They know they can't get their call through, so they thought calling after you called, Tekwala, was one way to get their call through. But now making veiled threats to me, I mean, Rodney should know better.
But is that not
Yeah,
self-evident?
it is.
That when the connection between you and I is established, and I'm speaking on
Yeah.
truth fronts, like
Yeah. Okay, we got your point. Moving on. Hang on. Yeah, go ahead.
Robert.
Okay, now we got Shrek. Wow.
Press 1 to set.
Okay, Robert, go ahead. What's up? Hey, man.
Hey, Dave, how you doing, sir?
Yeah, pretty good, man. I just got through a veiled threat from Rodney, making statements.
No, Dave, let me clarify something. Take me off speakerphone.
Yeah. Well, you know, obviously that's not going to happen. ATP begins and ends with me, as far as I'm concerned. Sarah doesn't have an obligation to carry it. Yeah, Sarah doesn't have an obligation to carry this. Look, I have clear vision forward that I will do just fine, thank you. And these people don't have the balls or kahunas to do anything bad to me.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, they don't.
Perfect. Thank you for clarifying that, sir. Have a great night.
You too. Thanks, Shrek. Bye-bye. Are you still there, Tekwala? Yeah, are you there?
I'm still here.
Okay, man.
Yeah, it's just crazy. I don't know when you cut me off. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I said that with the whole Joe Rogan type of comparison to me, and what Joe Rogan is doing now, I was doing in 2009.
Yep, I remember. Yeah.
And you held my hand.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is that for me to legitimately call into a program like this, I'm going to say this in quotes.
It's cool.
Like this.
Yeah, I know.
It's a real.
It's a stretch.
It's a dangerous thing, and that's why you're getting a sort of bullshit of. How does even Rodney get Shrek? Get through anymore?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, this is the thing. There's a robbery going on. Shop owners are fuming as tobacco-related robberies increase. You know, as they come down with these Democrats and Republicans are acting the same way, they're imposing regulations on tobacco. That means that all kinds of illegal tobacco robbery situations are going to happen around the country. And nobody's going to be safe in any liquor store.
Because people are running out of money. They can't even afford cigarettes. So once they hit the heroin and they're down, they got to sell the cigarettes in order to go grab a bag of dope.
Yeah.
Just like a bunch of people are mad at the fact that I'm 32 years old, going to be 33. I look like I'm 21, and I can bang all of these losers.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to take another caller. Go ahead. Okay, we're done. Okay, I don't really know. We need to talk about your sexual stamina on the show, but hey, scissor fight.
I'm just saying they just it's just like they hate on the fact that they're gonna call me a transgender or a fag.
Right,
or
right.
whatever.
Hold on.
Like,
I don't want to talk about that stuff. Yeah, Tony. Okay. You got a little bit of explaining to do, Rodney. No, I've never heard Trump threaten me.
Dave, I've seen it in the chat a few times. It's been brought up on the blogs.
No.
I'm not trying to terrorize you or fucking threaten you. That's the last thing I'm trying to do here. What I'm trying to do is respect the effort and the work you put into this movement. And
Sure.
I think it's realistic for anyone, especially someone like yourself who's planning to buck the system, to be prepared for, the potential of anything. I mean,
Yeah.
you're going to threaten a lot of powers that be, and let's be honest, Dave, there's danger that comes along with that.
Yeah, there is, man, and I live in it.
I'm kind of insulted that you blew me off.
That's okay. It's okay. I live in danger all the time, and if a person like me wasn't able to step up and do this, it wouldn't get done. Okay, so
okay, so I can respect your point, saying like this thing lives and dies with me, but it's kind of like egomaniacal. But I can respect it. It's your thing.
no, I mean I don't really care what happens after I'm gone. I mean, obviously, I'm giving everybody a chance to start this movement. You guys can do whatever you want in the future, but if I'm gone, at least you will know that somebody stepped up and tried. Okay, but I'm not going anywhere.
Does Sarah carry it on? How does it work?
No, Sarah would probably be able to handle all of the after effects slowly if something were to happen to me. But frankly, these people don't have the kahunas to get near me. They know I'm a sharpshooter.
I agree with you, brother.
Yeah, they know I'm capable of defending myself.
I'm aware of that. I don't think they are. I don't think they know.
Oh, they know. They can read my history. They know all about me. Hey, here's tobacco seeds.
Dave.
All right, thanks for calling, Rodney.
Credit for answering the phone. I appreciate you letting me clarify.
All right.
Threats, bro.
All right, appreciate it.
My number. All right,
later. Bye-bye. Okay, apparently there are some heirloom tobacco seeds available for as low as $1.99, folks. So if you do have a tobacco seed addiction, Scissorfight just gave you a valuable link. Sustainableseedco.com is really, really a good choice. They try to keep these tobacco seeds away from the people so they can't grow them. I hope you realize that they're trying to make people. I'm not baiting anybody. This conversation is something that would have gone down at any time in any particular era. We've been doing this for 8 years. We've had similar calls. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah, right, buddy.
Realize, man, I'm just really being real with you since I had some transgender pressure being put on me tonight by Koala. Yeah, fuck you, Rodney.
Yeah, well, if you're going to call up to just use the F word at Rodney, that's kind of a waste of time.
No. Wait. I'll stop it.
All right.
My whole thing is that Rodney knows, and Rodney, and he's listening. So if you're gonna go ahead and play with the AFAM, you better create a private Instagram account, Snapchat or something, and get in
Senator Jeff Sessions.
It stops for this man. Do you understand? And if it does not stop for this man, then it supports everything
Senator
that
Jeff
I'm fighting against. What this man is against. So it makes it very clear, Dave. I know you understand, Dave. I don't know if the idiots in the room understand. I'm not saying all your fans are fucking idiots, but I'm saying the idiots in the room that think they're going to play this game. So if you're going to play this game, anonymously message me AFAM and let's talk about it so you can leave this man alone, because you know what? Just stop.
Thank you for your approval and hope that we can guard against these evildoers. All right, man, take it easy. I got a serious situation where I don't understand why all these companies. Politics for Dummies sent me this link, opensecrets.org. And you're looking at the list of lobbyists that are funding the two-party dilemma we're in. and you see how this has cost us. U.S. Chamber of Commerce has given away $1.3 billion as a lobbying number. National Association of Realtors have paid out $426 million to protect their rights. AMA spent out $358 million. General Electric $348 million. American Hospital Association $330. This is where all the big money is going, to the greedy people in government who make special laws that make sure they get paid. Yeah, that's a good bit of information. Yeah, well, that was a good link too. Politics for Dummies had. Sarah 62 is not going to be able to promote herself here. Sorry, guy. She's in her own dilemma. She can promote herself somewhere else. Well, that's the problem. We follow the money and we see this connection. Some people think the New World Order is some new thing. It's just the same monarchy of the past trying to seize even more control over our world. I don't think there's a problem that can be resolved that's differs when two people with paranoid beliefs, like president of China or president of North Korea. Now, I don't consider him paranoid, either one. I just think that they have a mindset to distrust. Most leaders do. So finding a common ground, Charles, is not going to be easy. Distrust seems to be the reigning rule when it comes to nuclear arms agreements. Ending the Federal Reserve is a great move. It really is. But we have to segue to that. And running a parallel banking system like an infrastructure bank would be probably the best solution. Something that the Federal Reserve doesn't seem to do, which is to fund U.S. businesses only, offering U.S. business loan as low as 2% to U.S. citizens who hire U.S. citizens. Well, don't drink and drive. That's my PSA to you. Don't hold your cell phone next to your head, too. Even cordless phones put out RF signal frequencies that can affect you. So you really shouldn't hold your cell phone, next to your head. It should be like outside with your speaker answer on. That's something that would be a good public service announcement for everybody. But the government hasn't done that. Well, that's the thing. We don't bow to the old queen. We don't bow to the new queen. We don't bow to any queen. And America is really having a crisis of identity. And in order to have an identity, we have to separate from the two-party system because they've got bought out, completely bought out. They're owned. What's happening with the cigarette laws in America and other countries is, these people think they can push decisions on the individual. And whenever that happens, you see rip-offs, crimes occur from the underworld. They steal cigarettes so they can make money on bootleg cigarettes. Anytime you impose regulations, it's kind of like Newton's law of equal and opposite reaction. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. It always leads to something. List of the Obamacare taxes that have been appealed by Trump. Repealed, yeah. The individual mandate tax will be repealed, affecting 8 million Americans, so it's not that big of a deal. Obamacare really didn't affect many people because they just didn't choose to have insurance and they weren't even paying taxes anyway. Yes, my father was a sharpshooter. He taught me how to shoot. And we didn't really make a big deal about the whole thing. I was privy to some of the best knowledge anyone could ever get with weapons. But, you rarely get a person of that caliber to teach you, so it was great to be taught. But I don't live and breathe weaponry. My fixation is not about weaponry. I don't go out and buy new guns because I want to be more safe. If you don't know how to handle a weapon as it is, what you've got really well, then you probably have a need to go to a firing range and actually test it and test your skills. But if you know what you're doing, you don't have to worry. There's rioting over Alton Sterling, I know. And I think that the police brutality has reached a pinnacle, and Trump hasn't made a comment about it, and neither has Barack Obama in his previous time. We have, if I had a fortified underground bunker, you think I'd talk about it? Yeah. They say 65% of the population in America is $500 away from living on the street. Yeah. Tobacco-related robberies are increasing, and shop owners are claiming they're going to kill these people. Flat out kill them if they come in and try to take their tobacco. And we've got the Pizzagate story.
What the hell is that?
You've got a mental abuse case. This has been documented. Somebody's been going crazy in their living room.
What the hell is this?
So the dad is freaking out about his kids.
What
is this?
Cody!
Tell me! I didn't do that! You tell me what you did! I swear to God I didn't do that!
I think these people are exploiting this whole thing just to get views on YouTube. Yeah. No, there's no plans for Cinco de Mayo. No. With your $400 program, they'll be $900 away from poverty. Yeah. So Tekwala is asking Rodney for direction, asking maybe, Rodney, are you a Freemason? Are you telling Tekwala to stop talking about the Freemasonry? You need to go to his lodge, Rodney. You know, look him up, contact him through his lodge. I'm not a Mason, so I really don't care. So they lost their kids over that video? Okay, well, it's worthy of them to look at it. If this is the mental abuse the kid was experiencing from doing something, and it was videotaped, and then he lost his kid, well, now I'm interested. Thank you. I don't want to see families ripped apart by this CPS agency that's running out of control, really. They
What the hell is that?
CPS is virtually aiding and abetting. I'm reading the dialogue. Aiding and abetting molesters. There was a pedophile in White Plains, New York that molested boys, anally raped them, 104 boys, and was given a new boy every week by the CPS officer, who, by the way, is still working for CPS. Isn't that unreal? And it was going on for 8 years, and allegations of child abuse was going on, and they were still bringing him kids to molest.
Hello, Team DO5. This is going to be a bit of a different video.
And this video is the apology video of the couple that was screaming because they realized they lost their kids over this video.
Hello, Team DO5. This is going to be a bit of a different video than we usually do. This has been the absolute worst week of our life, and we realize that we have made some terrible parenting decisions.
Okay, well, that'll be playing after it. Yeah, CPS and Catholics and all this, and yeah. No, I've not seen the HBO series Young Pope. They made contact with a homosexual person from beyond, really? You know, there's some great movies out in general on Netflix. Just go looking. Shop owners fuming as tobacco related. I will kill. Yes, we got that. I'm not going to play that. Russia, Turkey, Iran signed a deal to set up Syria safe zones. Well, this is leading the war of attrition in Syria. Russia's been trying to work with even UN authorities to maintain the safety and security of the Syrian areas. We keep sending rebels money and they keep starting wars. Russia, Iran, and Turkey on Thursday signed an agreement to set up 4 safe zones in Syria that the UN described as promising step to wind down the brutal 6-year war. Okay. It just makes no sense for us to be there, and Trump should have pulled our troops out. It's a war of attrition is what it is. It's slowly getting worse and worse. Okay. That's right. You are a Freemason. We established that for 4 calls and you talking about it incessantly. Okay. Dave, you made any progress with Vaughn regarding the suffocation of your show? Muffled? No, we haven't. They keep continuing to drop our numbers and people still have a problem getting in here. Yeah, well, there you go. You've been watching me on UHF for the past 2 weeks. Good. Well, I'm glad you got an internet connection. I think you should always have about a year's worth of food, kind of like the Mormons do. That means if you like snack bars, you better buy a year's worth of snack bars. That would be 365 snack bars minimum, one per day. If you like jars of peanut butter, that's 1 jar per week. And some crackers or some matzo balls or whatever, matzo crackers, something that you can live on. So buy enough to survive on a year and peanut butter stores really well. And you don't have to cook it. That's just some solutions that you might want to jump to in case you don't have anything to eat. TSA reports warns against truck ramming attack by terrorists. The truck ramming thing seems to be popular. Again, any group of people in any public area should have concrete meridians all the way around, guaranteed. Police shouldn't even allow any public assembly in any area of this country without concrete barriers constructed to protect the people. That would be something I would issue as a presidential mandate. All local municipalities would have to respond as well, or they'd be open to lawsuits as well as penalties. But we have no leadership from Trump. He doesn't want to issue a warning like that. Truck owners and truck rental agencies in the U.S. must be vigilant about the increasing frequency of ramming attacks by terrorists using vehicles as killing machines. According to a TSA report, the unclassified report warns owners and operators and rental agencies to protect their vehicles from theft. Stealing vehicles and using them as ramming attacks would be the way that they would do it. Yep, another video doesn't play from NBC. This is pretty typical with NBC. I don't know. They don't seem to work on many browsers for some reason. Assault trucks, yeah. Banning assault trucks. This should work. Nope. All right, well, we're done with that story anyway. Great. You're out? Okay. You have a real job, new black suit, new look tomorrow, new rant for weekend through the Octo. Okay. Have a good night. See you later, Techwalla. Yeah, like all the fake truck attacks in Nice was the one I was thinking of. 84 dead and not one stitch of camera footage from the CCTV cameras. And the local municipal authority in Nice, France said that they don't have any footage from the day of the attack. How ridiculous is that? And the French government said that they wouldn't allow anyone to see them because of the danger. They're lying. There was no attack in Nice. They're using this as justification for more military buildup and police state. It's very simple. They just run this as a scrim in front of your eyes so that you look at all this as, oh no, we've got to have more protection. Oh, the terrorists are attacking. Oh, you know all those green screen attacks that were so common about 3 years ago where people were beheaded? Classic. You look for proof in every single one of these things and you didn't get any because it was all done on a green screen. Nobody died. It was just a complete hoax perpetrated by, guess who? The Pentagon. That's some pretty serious things that are happening. It's funny, yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to show you a picture that exhibits this. Right around the time Kim Kardashian was being robbed for $12 million at gunpoint or whatever, there was something that went in the news, and it was very serious. The Pentagon caught paying PR firm $540 million to make fake terrorist videos. Just coming up with new reasons to have more war, yeah. So in essence, the people in government don't have the creativity to come up with new industrial solutions for clean air and clean water and something that would be marketable around the world. They don't have that creativity, but they relied on the study that said that if we were not at war in America, our economy would begin to collapse. So they can't come up with new ideas, so they're relying on the age-old predictable belief that they could keep making up weapons of mass destruction and selling them to other countries in order to prop up our economy. So they needed to come up with a justification. So they created green screen beheadings and called it a caliphate. Your mother died at 75 instead of 95 because she smoked. Same here. Exactly with my mom. Yeah. She had a longevity in her genes. And she would have lived to be 95 as well. But she smoked, and it's not just smoking. It's if you drink wine or beer or something and smoke. It's the combination. It triples the degrading effect on your body when you drink and. Okay, so this is a robbery in progress of a shop. Let's take it from the top. Got a tire iron. He's coming after people with a tire iron, 2 tire irons and a hammer. Kind of like Ben Carson with his mom and the claw hammer. And these people are pissed. They're losing their cigarettes, and all of this could be stopped if we just stop pushing laws that regulate cigarettes. Ronald Bernard explains it all. Oh, and I've got links coming at me left and right. One-eyed Luke, you're a Confederate, huh? Well, let's be clear. An ex-illuminated banker exposes the elite in English. Ronald Berman. Okay, we'll take a look at that for sure. Thanks. I'm running most of my links through this new browser, Epic browser, and testing everything out, and then running them over to the Google browser after it clears. Just as a barrier against malware, but YouTube links are always safe. Israel gave birth control to Ethiopian Jews without their consent. This story came in earlier. We were talking about how blacks are alienated in Israel. Even if they're born in Israel, they can't be Israeli citizens. So that's something that's disturbing. Israel has admitted for the first time that it's been giving Ethiopian Jewish immigrants birth control injections, often without their knowledge or consent. The government had previously denied the practice, but the Israeli Health Ministry Director General has now ordered gynecologists to stop administering the drugs. According to a report in Haaretz, suspicions were first raised by the investigative journalist Gal Gabe, who interviewed with more than 30 women from Ethiopia in an attempt to discover why birth rates in the community had fallen dramatically. I went to speaking dynamics school. Sarah works as a teacher. I'm a retired person who's focusing primarily on integrating modern political theory into a daily show. So, pending San Francisco policy could let agencies launch drones. Wow. See, here's the slippery slope once we go down this line. Now, Obama already authorized 30,000 drones to fly over our heads by 2020. 3 years away, we'd have 30,000 drones watching our daily activity. They're proliferating rapidly, and they're being mass-produced, these drones. I don't know if you've been to a Radio Shack store. They're still in bankruptcy again, but they're selling these drones for next to nothing right now. Little HD cameras on them. I don't know. Maybe Ben Carson was an affirmative action neurosurgeon. I don't know. But he's blowing it with HUD. He doesn't know what he's doing. He misanalyzed the budget. He said it was $500 million in arrear. HUD doesn't have $500 million. They never got $500 million. If he'd look at the monthly Treasury report, he would realize that HUD only gets $17 billion. He claimed they were $500 billion in arrear. So $17 billion a year, it's kind of hard to be $500 billion in arrear. Yeah, Tekwala is cool, and I fear for him too, because he's certainly forthright verbally about a lot of things. Ben Carson didn't touch his mother, but he threatened his mother with a hammer. He never smashed his mother's head in. Yeah, Ben Carson was vague about everything, yeah. You're right, the drones are a big-time problem for prisons, smuggling drugs, weapons. You know, I think the blimp thing was inevitable. I just was one of the first to talk about it ever since the Hindenburg went down. I don't really want to take credit for it. I'm not personally greedy. So unlike Trump, who's very greedy, I'm not greedy at all. I did do Starbucks today, I must admit. I don't get coffee as strong as that normally. So yeah, I'm pumped up on 1 cup of Pike's Place. Their coffee of the day that they make for $2, 12 ouncer. I know. Well, that's fattening. Everything, is very fattening when you get into the sugar drinks. I'm zinging, yeah. Yeah, Pike Street Market is kind of nice, but this is Pike's Place. It's a brand Starbucks sells. It's just any brand of the day that they put out there. Yeah, I know. I make 10 meals today for $5 on my Tex-Mex beef stew. This is not a wig. This is my real hair, so it just got a little curly today with the humidity. Thank you. Thank you for admiring it. No, I think it looks great. I personally think the hair looks awesome and you're just jealous. Drinking alcohol makes straight men more sexually fluid. What does that mean? Beer makes you more sexually attracted to the same sex? What? Many of us are also familiar with beer goggles effect. Friends and strangers alike become more attractive after a drink or two. Undoubtedly, drinking alcohol lowers our inhibitions, makes us more open to experimentation with the same sex. No wonder that guy the friend I had for 35 years was drunk and standing there putting his hand on my leg, and I said, dude, get your hand off my leg. I love you, Dave. And then Sarah was sitting right next. I said, Sarah, could you sit between us, please? We're lucky he didn't paw her. Yeah, I'm not an alcohol person. I don't like it. I'm not gay. Maybe you were born gay, but you can be eating too many pheromones and your body can change, I guess. Soy, they say, is dangerous, genetically modified soy. I never had a gay experience. Tell us about your first gay experience. Hey, these people lost their families, Sarah, when they videotaped their. It's a terrible story, really. They videotaped.
Hello, Team DO5.
Their kid disciplining their kid, then the CPS got a hold of the video of them disciplining their kid, and they took their kids away.
Wow.
Daddy of 5 founders issue public apology. Yeah, so they had to make a public apology.
This is going to be a bit of a different video than we usually do. This has been the absolute worst week of our life, and we realize that we have made some terrible parenting decisions.
So they made some decisions that were very serious. So they came out and apologized for it. We'll be playing that later tonight. Wow. This is not a wig. This is my hair. God, why would people think this is a wig?
I don't know, because it looks so good.
I think they're just jealous.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that interesting how like this color versus this color?
Yeah, the cameras are totally different over there.
So wild. My hair is pretty wild, poofy.
Yes.
Poofy hair.
Sometimes you have to put like a
well, I need to buy some Infusium, I think.
Oh, yeah. You look marvelous. Yes. So getting solar panels out there for the American people is a primary plan for America in 2020. We have the ability to make and mass produce these solar panels. And it's exciting to know that our Army Corps of Engineers right now are already making these things. They roll them out like this. So imagine putting a rooftop system up on houses that really, face the southern area perfectly. So why wouldn't we just offer this and pay for the infrastructure out of the cost of electricity? Lowering the cost of electricity, take a chunk of that money that you're making back and pay for the equipment and the installation. So we came up with the solar rooftop revolution. And we also want to fix up houses for people. We got 18 million houses that are foreclosing, and we got 4 million people that are homeless. I mean, there's a disconnect here. We just have to start working on that. Now they've got robots disguised as dolphins and squids and turtles. Now that's an interesting effect. The Spy in the Next Pod. Technology night. We feature a couple things. This is no one exposed to the seductions of the bewitching. Oh no, I don't want to subscribe. Yeah. Thanks anyway. All right, so Sarah's gonna. Do you have your book tonight? You do?
Yes.
Okay, good. You don't need the history book though, right? I can put that back.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll be back.
If David could, what for just for 1 second? If you could just for 1 second, that is not a complete sentence. No, 950. We will give them opportunity to build up housing. Oh, hug me? Then sometimes David will do that. I'll give you a hug. There you go. Am I a reb? What does that mean? A rebel? Oh, sugar-free cough drops? David would say that's not good for you because it can have aspartame, and aspartame is dangerous. Oh, like a Confederate? Well, I was born in the South. What is a sudden loss of brain function caused by an interruption in the supply of blood to the brain? A ruptured blood vessel or cerebral thrombosis may cause this, which can occur in varying degrees of severity, from temporary paralysis and slurred speech to permanent brain damage and death. 950 is correct. A stroke. It's a bit more serious than just forgetting something. A stroke. What is a physical factor such as injury or mental state such as anxiety that disturbs the body's normal state of functioning? Misanthropy is correct. Stress. Stress may contribute to the development of some illnesses, including heart disease and cancer. The term stress also refers to the physical and mental state produced in the body when it is influenced by such factors. The stress of the new job was too much for Tim, so he requested reassignment to his old position in the company. What is a category of bacteria that can cause various infections in humans, including scarlet fever and strep throat? I know what you're trying to say. Behavior, yes, strep or streptococcus. Strep throat is a severe sore throat caused by a kind of streptococcus. Strep throat can be treated with antibiotics. All right, I get you, salty dog. Staph is not the next one, but it will be coming up pretty soon. The next one is, what is an organ in the digestive system on the left side of the body behind the lower rib cage that receives chewed food from the esophagus. Tiny glands in the lining secrete gastric juice, which contains acids, mucus, and enzymes. Misanthropy is correct once again. Fantastic. Good job, Bag End Audio. The stomach. The fluid, the gastric juice, along with the muscular churning actions of the stomach, help transform food into a thick, semi-fluid mass that can be passed into the small intestine for digestion. All right, enjoy that. You think a lot of things, 760. I doubt you're right. Oh, it has a whole little thing of the skeleton. Nice. Skeletal system. All right, what is the birth of a fetus that has died, particularly birth of a fetus that has died in the uterus at a stage in development when an infant could survive on its own if born healthy? That's a sad, sad thing. Stillborn, or stillbirth. Well, I'm glad you have menthol cough drops. Okay. What is an instrument used in listening to internal body sounds? Most familiarly, in physicians and nurses use it to listen to heart sounds. Misanthropy is right. 950 is right and has it spelled correctly. 647 is right. 198 is right and has it spelled correctly. Good job. Stethoscope. What is a group of molecules that include cholesterol? The sex hormones estrogen and testosterone are built from these, as are many modern anti-inflammatory drugs. They are often used illegally to increase the performance of competitive athletes at almost all age groups. David is correct. Misanthropy is correct. Good job, David.
Thank you.
They are banned in many athletic competitions, such as the Olympic Games. You said steroids, right? Yeah. Yep. You need some steroids? No.
No, I actually said hormones.
Oh, I meant it's steroids.
Okay.
Hormones are built from them, but no, 150. I don't even know what that is, but no. I know he's not even watching the chat, Misanthropy. All right, what is the removal of all microorganisms and other pathogens from an object or a surface by treating it with chemicals or subjecting it to high heat or radiation? 175 is correct. Only because it also refers to procedures that result in infertility. Vasectomies and tubal ligations, in which the fallopian tubes of a woman are tied off, are examples of sterilization techniques. I've never watched Little Einsteins. That's pretty funny. All right, faster. What is a category of bacteria that can cause boils, blood poisoning, and other serious infections? Staphylococcus is correct. Good job, Misanthropy. I know, it's kind of crazy. All right. You knew it was coming up. What is a miscarriage or stillbirth also referred to? I'll just give it to you if you don't know. It is spontaneous abortion or miscarriage. That's pretty evil. What is an organ in the lymphatic system in the upper left part of the abdomen that filters out harmful substances from the blood? It also produces white blood cells, removes worn out red blood cells from circulation, and maintains a reserve blood supply for the body. Wow, you guys are good. 175, Misanthropy. Luke has it right. The spleen. What is the thick column of nerve tissue that extends from the base of the brain about 2/3 of the way down the backbone? As part of the central nervous system, it carries impulses back and forth between the brain and other parts of the body. Correct again, Misanthropy. Good job. 175. Bag end audio 2629. The spinal cord. It carries it back and forth between the brain and other parts of the body through a network of nerves that extend out from it like branches. Misanthropy, no. I'm sure that's coming up though. Actually, no, it's not in here. Funny. All right, what is a congenital condition that involves an imperfectly closed spinal column, often resulting in neurological disorders?
Spina bifida.
David is correct. Spina bifida. Good job, 175. I know. All right. What is the part of the nervous system that controls voluntary movements in the body, such as those performed by the skeletal muscles? This also includes the special nerve fibers that keep the body in touch with its surroundings, such as those involved in touch, hearing, and sight. I did not know this one, or would not be able to guess it. They call it the somatic nervous system. I would say 175 is the closest to it. That's correct. I think I just skipped over. It didn't talk about that, interestingly enough. All right. Actually, that's not it. For some reason, they don't have that in here. Funny. All right. What is an acute and infectious disease caused by a virus and now almost completely eradicated? It was characterized by high fever and large sores on the body that leave scars. A surface with many blemishes is sometimes called to be pockmarked. 175 is correct. A surface with many blemishes is sometimes said to be pockmarked because it resembles the skin of a smallpox sufferer. Interesting. Smallpox is the first disease of humans to be completely eradicated by a worldwide campaign of inoculation. Today, the smallpox virus exists only in laboratories. The use of smallpox is a major concern in the area of bioterrorism. Smallpox. Okay. What is the upper portion of the intestines extending from the stomach to the large intestines? Large intestine, where the digestion of food takes place. It's about 20 feet long in adults.
Look at how cute those cupcakes were.
Correct, misanthropy. I know.
This was a cupcake
It was
bouquet.
from a cupcake bouquet, yes. This one's vanilla and that one's chocolate. That one kind of got smushed.
Okay, can I have some of the chocolate?
You can have both of them.
Oh, I don't want both.
Or give whoever,
Okay.
save them for yourself. A cupcake, yes. Well, or at least a picture of a cupcake. I should have my own YouTube channel. Thank you. We do have a YouTube channel. It's at youtube.com/America's Third Party. All right, new clue. What is the external tissue that covers the body? It is the body's largest organ. Correct 175 and behavior. And 667 and misanthropy and bag end audio and 882 and 198. Whatever graders you teach. Yeah, I could do that, I suppose. Yeah, and you're right. Epidermis is another term for it. Skin. Skin is the answer, or epidermis. Probably because I'm too busy currently teaching, but it is an interesting concept. I just keep getting better at what I'm doing. What is the framework of the body, consisting of bones and other connective tissues, which protects and supports the body tissues and internal organs? Correct 175 and 647. Yeah, 175 is kind of on fire tonight. The human skeleton contains, do you guys know this? How many bones does a human skeleton contain? Oh, that's a good guess. Very close to 175. 206. 206 bones, 6 of which are the tiny bones of the middle ear. 3 in each ear that function in hearing. The largest bone in the body is the thigh bone or femur. I know I was finishing reading about the skeletal system. Please forgive me, misanthropy. Back to the letter S. What is a hereditary form of anemia in which the red blood cells become shaped like a crescent and less able to carry oxygen? One seven five is right, and 124 is right, and it's sickle cell. Sickle cell anemia is a chronic disease and occurs most frequently in people of African descent. I know, they're so smart when Dave's away. Oh, wait, that term is in here. Well, wait, just a different term for it. What are diseases that can be passed to another person through sexual contact? Yes, Luke. STDs is what I was going for. 175 and flick tail. I'm going to call you flick tail, even though it's flick tally. 494, 667 all have it correct. Sexually transmitted diseases. And they say examples of those are AIDS, gonorrhea, herpes, and syphilis. Luke, I don't think anyone's appreciating all that you typed. Oh goodness, you really like him? He used to have his own show, Misanthropy. Yeah, you can, if you don't like what someone types, you can just click on their name and mute them. Yes, he kind of is a misanthrope. All right. What is the sticky white fluid produced in the male reproductive system that carries sperm?
Going to round 10 coming up.
Misanthropy is correct.
It's round 9 in the 10-round match between David versus the time clock.
All right, I was just going to show off this pretty cool picture of a skeletal system before I go.
Okay, yeah, that'll be nice.
This is a good picture of the skeletal system.
Ah, scary picture.
It's all labeled, though.
I know.
You know?
It's all legal. Everything's legal.
It said labeled.
Oh, labeled. I'm sorry. It's like it's a legal picture. It's a nude skeleton, Sarah. Okay.
Also, this is a picture of your mouth and all the teeth, and then an actual close-up of a tooth.
Looks like my mouth when I go to the dentist office.
Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. I'm just showing on my Western motif there, promoting my Tex-Mex beef stew.
Did you have any of that?
No,
You're not hungry?
I don't know.
You had a big meal today?
Yeah, pretty big.
Okay. Yeah, well, it was outstanding. The stew beef was tender. I was like, whoa, this is good. Had a few potatoes, some carrots, some green pepper. I made some Brussels sprouts to go with them. I like them because they're full of B vitamins. Well, let me tell you, Pilgrim, it was good. The Tex-Mex stew, but like
Yep,
Pappy used to make.
sounds good.
You know, you keep pumping this story about shop owners fuming as tobacco-related robberies increase. What's your deal? I mean, you keep putting the same article out here every single night.
I guess he's upset about it.
Well, everyone should be upset about cigarettes going up in price and all kinds of regulations being imposed on them. Some of you may not want us to smoke cigarettes, but for some people, it's a divine right to get lung cancer. I know my mother, she was a nurse. She was showed all the terrible things that happened with emphysema and everything. And she still smoked because it's addictive. Yeah. It was a great cooking show. Yeah, it was awesome. One of the best. Well, thanks for showing the skeletal system. The biggest bone of the body is the humerus?
Femur.
The femur, thank you. Femur. We have like an episodic thing going on. You know, there are a lot of shows on Netflix that go on for 6 months and then stop. We're like 8 years into this daily. So
Thank you, Luke. I guess. I just like myself, so.
you
Yeah.
just like yourself?
I'm myself.
Oh, you're just like yourself. Oh, yeah.
I am myself.
I know. I was going to say you are yourself.
I'm not like pretending to be something different when I'm on the show.
That's what's really great about you. People were saying, does Sarah know that you have millions of viewers? I don't really think she needs to know, you know.
It doesn't matter. It's not going to change who I am.
Exactly.
Like for me, I'm going to be the same person whether I'm meeting, you know, somebody who's off the street or someone who's in a mansion. I'm myself. I'm Sarah. Take me or leave me. Like me, love me, hate me. I don't really care. I will continue to be who I am.
Will do. Yeah. Same. We love you for that, Sarah. It really is.
And that's how, those are the people I'll be around, are the people that like me for who I am.
Yeah. Check it out, Dave. I better click on that psychobehavior link. Just put it in the queue.
I don't think so, 949. I think JoJo dislikes me. Probably because JoJo has a crush on David.
He was the so-called surfer dude who went viral before going viral was even a thing. See how this interview changed his life tonight, 10 p.m. Oh, yeah. The surfer dude. Yeah, we got monetization requests from copyright infringement issues on the surfer dude. We had to stop playing it. I personally think that they are copying us, the T. Rucker Show. And we've been doing this for 8 years. They've been doing this for 2. So It's more of a copy thing, and they started with a flag. We've been doing this with a flag in the background since 2008. We came in on the heels of another guy who did a flag in the background. So it's not about a flag in the background. It's about copying the format.
Well, tomorrow is Friday. Oh, right. Fine Art Friday. I know, I don't like that topic at all.
Really? Then don't do it.
I think I am going to switch it.
Come up with Fantasy Friday or something.
No, it'll be something else. Yeah, I'll do something else.
Yeah, they're looking at making money all the time.
864 and never plan to.
All right, thank you so much. We're going to relive the Wally George show and our big Friday show coming up tomorrow night. Thanks, Sarah. Everybody loved the work that you did in here. The crowd is going bazonkers. Everybody's just standing ovation. Thanks, Sarah. Oh, okay. Well, Tekwala's a fun guy. I just had to cut him off every 15 words because he doesn't give me any breaks. There's way more than 50 million, but thanks anyway. This rumor that Justice Scalia is still alive is ridiculous. I used to watch one episode of Wally George. His hot seat was one in particular, the one show about the use of pot was the one I saw. He met with a guy named Bud Green, who I met that day, who was going on the Wally George show. And Bud Green was a spokesman on that.
Hey, Shaka Bra! Yeah!
Poor man, sit down, poor. No, sorry about that. No, poor man, you look your same obnoxious self. Why in the world, whenever you come on my show, why don't you be a little dignified and dress and look at least halfway human? You look like an idiot again.
So people like that kind of in your face, kind of off the seat, off the cuff, kind of boring format. Is your cooking video uploaded? No, it won't be uploaded till 2 in the morning because we can't share the bandwidth with our show. You've got an expose of this fake show. Yeah. I'm not going to really worry about it, but thanks. Taped in Orange County, Wally lived in Sherman Oaks. Yeah, Wally George, yeah. Right. Scalia is dead. Him being alive is just to distract you from the truth. And the truth is they didn't even do an autopsy or an investigation into the death of Justice Scalia. And the only person that went to his funeral in front of the American people on his family's side was his son, who was ordered to by their military commander. He was actual military personnel ordered him to go there. His mom wouldn't go. Justice Scalia didn't go to the memorial that they had in D.C. His wife didn't go. But it's really sad that Scalia died with a pillow over his head and there was no investigation. It's pretty obvious he was lured into the Cibola Ranch compound there by Poindexter, a Democrat power broker. He'd ruled against Poindexter 9 times in court cases prior. And Scalia should never have gone to the place. It should have been open. Anyone would have known. You're getting an invite from a guy you ruled against for 9 times. That sounds a little weird. And he was going to go on a hunting trip. I'm sure he did go on a hunting trip. Not. They mentioned the failed network attempt and said it needed to be done. So WikiLeaks mentioned it was I thought it was something he had said about black people having to have their own colleges because they couldn't compete with Ivy League colleges. That was 2 weeks before he died. Well, see if it still have the bookmark. Yeah, I don't know what link you're talking about. But Wiki probably ran a story about it, I'm sure. Her third DUI, Sarah 62, needs to mellow out. She doesn't want to quit drinking and driving. That's a serious problem. Remember, drinking is the #1 cause of death on the highway. No, this is probably why this shirt was excessed. Yeah, it's an Italian custom shirt made with. Somebody said I have a camel toe here. It's a Giorgiano Brutani, one of the nicer shirts, but I think it takes a lot of starch in here and an iron to iron this straight. I'm sure it doesn't bother you because it's not bothering me until you talk about it. Now it really pisses me off. Yeah, so that was nice. Yeah, that going down. This is a story that I thought was really interesting in our recent stories. Trump appears with the mobster-affiliated felon at a New York bash, related to the Gotti family. Yeah. The fact that the mob has taken over our country since the 1960s and John F. Kennedy got his head blown off, and even then you wondered, did his dad get him elected? Trump has deleted a tweet saying it was an honor to meet with the boss. Wow, okay. Interesting. Let's go there then. Yeah, so isn't that weird? He has connections to mob figures in New York. Trump does. No, I won't. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. I was going to give you the mob link, New York Daily News. There you go. That was it. Very interesting reading that he's a guy went to his big bash and he's related to the Gotti family. It's like, really? I know the mob has been infiltrating our government for decades. It's so true. It's not going to change anytime soon, but the tweet posted on the president's personal account shortly after the White House meeting was deleted after it has been shared by thousands. An honor to host President Mahmoud Abbas at the White House today. Hopefully something terrific could come out of it between Palestine and Israel. Yeah. Abbas got what he most needed with Trump primacy and relevance. Trump taps Chris Baumann, expert on peace process with the Palestinians, as new Israeli advisor. Trump's honeymoon with Arabs, how Palestinians are reacting to Abbas-Trump meeting. Now he deletes the tweet. He probably, his handlers, his Israeli handlers probably said, you will delete the tweet, period. Now remember, Trump openly advocated meeting at AIPAC and read off a script, what he needed to say to them to get money. So he openly solicited AIPAC funds, folks. There's a guided tour inside the E-4B, a doomsday plane. Wow. This is exciting. Guided tour. Okay. I will add that to the other link. We use the Epic browser to be our splash browser, and then we divert. Yeah. Inside a plane, a doomsday plane. Wow, that's pretty intense. I'll add that tonight. You sleepified, huh? You just got up, Rex? Took a nap? Sarah's third DUI, yeah. Dang. So she's been put in jail, huh? There's her data. 6 feet, 130 pounds. She's pretty tall. 32 years age. Well, it's no fun to be incarcerated. I'm sure she's not going through a good time. I understand her bail was set at $2,500. You'd think they'd be able to raise that for her. Doesn't somebody help her out? Trump is a disgusting, poor excuse of a man, says Maxine Waters, famous for her beautiful brown hair. Made famous by the late talk show host Bill O'Reilly, who's still alive, but he's no longer a talk show host or a commentator. Maxine Waters, Trump is a disgusting excuse of a man. Man, she just tell it like it is, girl. I'll tell you, this woman can definitely tell it like it is. You got to admire that. Representative Maxine Waters went after President Trump on Wednesday night, calling him a disgusting, poor excuse of a man and saying, I want him impeached. That's what I want him impeached too, Maxine. Y'all ought to call me out. Call me up, Maxine. Get on the phone. I'll talk to you about his impeachment. Oh, I'm sorry. I sometimes mold around the person I'm describing. It's somewhat of a habit my program was designed to impersonate. Ha 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 ha. Like that fake laugh I just used. Ha 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 ha. I appropriate that culture. I absorb it in the process of writing and reading the script. As a former voiceover artist, I do take liberties with my impersonations. But that's what I do. I mean, if I were interviewing, say I asked Jones a question and said, hey, how do you feel about Black Lives Matter?
Well, obviously, this group of people are incendiary groups that are funded by Soros and probably maintaining a funnel for the MoveOn.org democratic activities.
Now, I'm just asking you, how do you feel if Black Lives Matter? So it'll be an interesting conversation. Kissinger's my best one. Okay, thank you. I still get that every day. This is a keyboard cat reincarnated. I'm sorry, but that'll be monetized by the keyboard cat account. 124,000 subscribers. I can't take their video and use it as somewhat entertaining show activity unless I mute it. And it's obviously a puppet hand underneath a person who's sitting on top of the puppet hand. They trained this cat to like strap down and just sit there and do. She's probably on drugs. I don't want to go there. I know, I'm not using a cat. Do people really watch videos like that? No, I don't. Absolutely not. So he's deleting a tweet probably because his Zionist handlers told him that you cannot have a positive tweet about a meeting with a boss. That's the problem. You see, there's so much two-facedness going on in the Palestinian-Israeli negotiations. Do you know that Netanyahu has a plan for a state of Palestine? And there was always a plan. In fact, Arafat was given a plan to have his own property. He was actually offered land, but they didn't want anything but Jerusalem. So the Palestinians never got their own property when Arafat was around. Yeah, little side note. Note to self. They've been offered land and states. The fact is they can't talk openly. There's no communication. I think the cure is to get water on board for the Gaza Strip, a fresh new desalination system using passive desalination, and have it heading all the water output split and have some of it go to the Sinai Peninsula and help Egypt out. That would be a good move. Fresh water would cure a lot of the ails in that region because water obviously is what is needed for food. And food is obviously what is needed for people to feel prosperous and thereby creating peace. It's kind of a simple formula I concocted.